Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a bit different. Instead of dense reports, we're looking at source material covering a specific place. The Acqualina Resort and Residences on the beach. In Sunny Isles, Florida. I keep seeing it called a Mediterranean palace. Sounds impressive.
It does, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And that phrase Mediterranean palace, that's really what we need to, unpack today.
Yeah.
Our mission isn't just, listing features. It's about synthesizing what makes this place tick. The architecture, the service philosophy, the actual guest experience. How do the sources show this blend of Mediterranean elegance with the spirit of Miami?
Right, that blend.
We need to get behind the descriptions, separate maybe the marketing spin from the tangible reality.
And the location itself seems to set up that contrast right away. It's on Collins Avenue, sure, but it feels secluded.
Exactly. It's positioned on this quieter stretch of beach, kind of perfectly nestled between the energy of Miami and the convenience of Fort Lauderdale Airport.
So easy to get to.
Oh, absolutely. That's part of the luxury paradox, isn't it? Total tranquility, but really seamless access. We're talking maybe 20 minutes from FLL, Fort Lauderdale, and around 30 from MIA, Miami International. So arrivals, departures, they're pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But what's really crucial for you, the listener, to understand is what's around this bubble.
Right, because you're not totally isolated. You've got Bal Harbour shops nearby, a Ventura Mall, which is huge, and South Beach isn't that far either.
Precisely. The resort seems to understand its guests might want that buzz, the shopping, the dining, the nightlife, but crucially, when they come back, they want peace and escape.
So Acqualina acts as the quiet zone.
Exactly. The sophisticated retreat you return to, far from, the noise and traffic you might find deeper in South Beach.
Okay, let's talk about that retreat feel, the architecture. You walk in and it's meant to feel different. I read about elegant arches, terracotta, marble. Does it pull off that Mediterranean grandeur, or is it just, themed?
Well, the sources suggest it's a very conscious choice, an intentional homage. It deliberately avoids that sleek, ultra-modern glass and steel look that you see a lot in high-end Miami builds.
Okay.
Instead, it uses these heavier classic materials, the arches, the warm terracotta colors, the marble details. It's all meant to create a feeling of maybe timelessness, permanence.
Not trendy.
Exactly. Not trendy or, flash in the pan. It evokes classic European luxury, but apparently with a modern, relaxed feel. The elegance is described as natural, never ostentatious.
And being a coastal palace, obviously, the water's going to be front and center. The source material says the beach is the heart of the property.
It absolutely is. The whole design seems oriented towards the ocean, making it part of your daily rhythm there. But beyond just the beach itself, they've apparently really mastered the pool experience. 3 distinct oceanfront pools.
3? Why 3?
Well, it's not just redundancy. It sounds like curation, offering different moods, different experiences by the water.
Okay, so that's the key takeaway for you listening, knowing which pool fits your mood. Can you break those down?
Sure. The idea is customization. So one pool is all about quiet relaxation. Private cabanas, minimal noise, like a place to actually read or just soak up the sun peacefully.
Got it. The calm zone.
Right. There's a pool specifically for families. It's designed to have that, lively energy, but contained so it doesn't disrupt others.
Makes sense.
And finally, the real escape, the adults-only tranquility pool. Apparently, this one's designed so the water seems to merge with the horizon. That infinity pool effect creates a feeling of being really tucked away.
Sounds lovely. Okay, so if the outside is about energy and views, the inside spa seems focused on dissolving stress. Let's dive into the Acqualina Spa by ESPA. 20,000 square feet that's significant.
It is, and the focus is clearly on a kind of holistic European spa tradition. It's not just, here's a menu of massages. It's presented as an immersive environment.
How so?
The sources talk about crystalline thermal areas, steam rooms, lots of sensory details. Things like treatments being enhanced by the sound of cascading water or specific aromatic oils being used. It's pitched as more of an immersion ritual. You could spend a whole day just focused on wellness there.
Right, that European model. And what about fitness? For people who want to, earn their relaxation, anything beyond the usual state-of-the-art gym?
Well, yes, the gym is state-of-the-art, apparently kitted out with Technogym. But the unique angle seems to be integrating the environment.
Using the location.
Exactly. Using the ocean as a backdrop. They offer things like ocean view fitness classes, Pilates right on the beachfront, even sunrise yoga on the sand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the appeal seems to be taking that normally indoor wellness activity and bringing it outside into the fresh air and natural light.
That makes sense. Moving from facilities to experiences seems like a good transition here, because the sources kept stressing it's not just a place to stay, it's a place to live moments.
Absolutely. The activities seem curated to match that dual personality we talked about. Okay. So on the active side, you've got the expected water sports, right? Stand-up paddle boarding, jet skiing, kayaking. They even organize snorkeling right off the coast.
Standard luxury beach stuff. But what if your idea of recreation involves, say, golf?
Ah, good point. For golfers, the resort has access to some really top-tier courses nearby in Aventura and Bell Harbor. And the concierge service is apparently key here. They handle tee times, transport, club rentals, the whole thing.
Okay. And beyond just adults playing, what about families?
The family offerings seem pretty robust too. They've something called the Aquamarine Children's Program.
More than just babysitting.
Apparently, yes. It's framed as turning learning into adventure. Focuses on ocean ecology, art projects, exploration, using the natural environment as a kind of classroom. So it's meaningful for the kids and gives parents a proper break.
That sounds genuinely useful, and for the adults, maybe the foodies among us. What about cultural or culinary experiences?
They integrate that too. Things like cooking demos with the resort's chefs, wine tastings they mentioned, both new and old world wines, and even sunset mixology sessions overlooking the ocean.
Nice.
But all of this, all these activities and experiences, they seem to hinge on what the sources consistently point to as the real differentiator.
Yeah.
The service.
Ah, yes. The intuitive, personalized service. We hear that a lot in luxury travel. What does it actually mean here, according to the sources? What does it look like?
Well, that's where the premium price point presumably finds its justification. It has to be more than just standard 5-star politeness.
Right. So give us an example. What makes it intuitive?
It seems to be about anticipating needs before you even voice them. The sources gave examples like a staff member remembering exactly how you take your coffee from 3 days ago and having it ready when you sit down.
Okay, that's impressive.
Or maybe arranging a private dinner on the beach with your preferred wine already selected before you even mention it's your anniversary, that kind of thing. The goal is to make it feel seamless, effortless, like they're reading your mind.
Service mastery, basically.
Disguised as just effortless comfort. Yeah.
That's a high bar. And one last point on the operations. I was actually pleased to see the sources mention sustainability.
Yes, it seems woven in subtly. Not in a way that compromises the luxury, but it's there. Things like water conservation programs, recycling, and emphasizing local, sustainable seafood in the restaurants. So you can feel that the luxury is also, well, responsible.
Okay, good to know. Right, let's move into segment 3, the actual rooms, the accommodations, described as blending residential comfort with 5-star sophistication. What does that mean in practice?
Well, this is where it feels like it shifts from just a hotel to something more like a private residence experience, even at the entry level.
Oh.
Even the basic rooms, the deluxe intracoastal rooms, are apparently quite large, around 740 square feet.
Yep.
That's significantly bigger than your average luxury hotel room.
Okay.
They come with marble floors, the ESPA amenities we mentioned, and a private balcony, though these ones face the city, the intracoastal waterway.
Right, but here's the question for you, the listener. If you're spending, say, $900 a night for a city view, why is that better value than maybe an ocean view somewhere else in Miami?
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
The sources suggest you're buying into the sheer space and the overall infrastructure. That 740 square feet often includes sort of separate living and sleeping areas.
Okay. More like a junior suite feel.
Kind of. But more importantly, when you step up to the one-bedroom oceanfront suites, now we're talking up to 1,200 square feet, that's where the residential comfort really kicks in.
How?
You get proper separate living and dining areas and fully equipped gourmet kitchens.
Kitchens. So you could actually cook, entertain privately.
Exactly. You're not just sleeping there anymore. You could genuinely live there for a while.
And then, naturally, there's the top tier, the absolute pinnacle.
Oh, yes. The Grand Deluxe Oceanfront Suites and the actual residences. These are basically private homes within the resort. We're talking 2,000 square feet up to over 4,000.
Wow.
Fully customized spaces. Panoramic terraces, huge gourmet kitchens, and critically personalized butler service comes with these.
Butler service.
Right. The sources even mention some have built-in private wine storage, unique artwork. It really blurs the line between a hotel stay and owning a luxury condo.
Okay, that's a serious level of accommodation. Now let's talk food. Culinary excellence is called a hallmark. We have to discuss the big name, Il Mulino, New York.
Right. Il Mulino is a known quantity, an institution really famous for its fine Italian dining.
What's the specific focus here?
The sources highlighted its focus on Abruzzo-style cuisine. And that's important. It's not just generic Italian. Abruzzo traditions often mean heartier dishes, slow-cooked mountain flavors, lots of robust handmade pasta, rich sauces, different from, say, lighter coastal Italian food. It's positioned as an authentic, immersive dining event.
Definitely sounds like a destination restaurant within the resort, but you don't always want that level of formality, right?
Yeah.
Especially by the beach.
Exactly. And they cater to that, too, with the Costa Grill. That's your more casual beachfront option.
What's the vibe there?
Think grilled seafood, light lunches, tropical cocktails, literally steps from the sand. It's meant to capture that sophisticated but relaxed coastal living feel.
Perfect for daytime. And is there a third option for variety?
Yes, there's AQ Chop House by Il Mulino. This one kind of reinterprets the classic American steakhouse, but with a Mediterranean twist.
Interesting. So what does that mean?
Well, you still get the premium cuts of beef, but maybe paired with things like artisan antipasti, or perhaps prepared in a lighter style than a traditional heavy steakhouse meal. It sort of rounds out the dining options, ensures there's something for every mood or craving.
Covers all the bases. And importantly, I saw the sources confirmed flexibility for dietary needs.
Yes, definitely. They noted the ready availability of vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, and allergy-sensitive options across the restaurants, which, again, speaks to that personalized approach. It's luxury for everyone staying there.
Okay, now for the really practical stuff. Segment 4, planning and practicalities. For you listening, thinking this sounds amazing, what's the investment? This is clearly exclusive.
It is. And the pricing reflects those tiers we discussed. For a standard deluxe intracoastal room, the starting point is generally around $900 USD per night.
Okay, starting point.
Right. Once you move into those oceanfront suites, the ones with the kitchens and separate living areas, you should probably budget $1,800 USD per night, maybe more.
And the top end, those residences, peak season.
Yeah, for the larger residences, or if you're traveling during peak times like major holidays, big Miami events like Art Basel, then you're looking at rates climbing significantly, from $3,000 up to $6,000, even higher per night.
Wow.
It's a serious investment.
Wow.
But you're paying not just for the room, but for that whole service infrastructure and the exclusivity.
Makes sense. Okay, logistics then. Timing. When's the best time to visit South Florida generally?
The sweet spot is usually November through May. That's the dry season. You get that lovely low humidity sunshine. Weather's generally gorgeous.
And summer, June to September.
That's the wet season. Hotter, more humid, and you'll likely get those afternoon tropical downpours. They're often quite brief, but something to expect.
Good to know. Any other tips for making the most of a stay?
Booking ahead is really key. Especially for dining at Il Mulino, it's popular. And for spa treatments, particularly if you want specific times or weekend slots, book early.
Right. Plan ahead.
And also remember that while the resort itself is designed as this perfect bubble, the surrounding area has a lot to offer.
Don't just stay on property the whole time.
Well, you could, but you're so close to other things. The Art Deco District in South Beach, the street art in Wynwood, even Oleta River State Park, for some nature. It's worth factoring in time to explore a bit of Miami, too, and budget an extra day or two just for that.
Good advice. So to wrap this all up,
Yeah. Synthesizing this deep dive, Acqualina really presents itself and seems structured as a kind of sensory experience, where luxury isn't just a list of amenities, but a feeling. The sources suggest days there are measured differently by the warmth of the sun, the taste of the food, the sound of the waves, rather than just the clock.
that blend again.
Right. That blend of European grandeur with a very distinct South Florida vibe. That seems to be the unique proposition.
Okay, so here's the final thought to leave you with. We've talked a lot about how the sources emphasize the perfection of every detail you see. The sheets, the lighting, anticipating your needs, everything designed for this facade of effortless comfort. You pay a premium for that effort to be invisible. So if all that effort goes into making the experience seem seamless, what unseen work, what immense human coordination, what logistical challenges must be constantly managed behind the scenes 24/7 just to maintain that perfect illusion, that's something to think about until our next deep dive.